That's nice. With, I think it might be difficult to do two mics, so let's
check
this one with you.
Check. Bruce Murray, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's up, Brian?
Yeah, can you come around? It's not looking too good. What's the issue? We can't hear them.
All right. Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
They should be on right now. But it's just, you can't hear them.
Bruce Murray, check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Check.
Check. 1, 2, 3. Dave Johnson.
Yeah, it's super delayed.
Super delayed. Okay, so it's delayed by, because you just said sub Brian probably 30 seconds ago, maybe a minute ago.
Yeah.
So,
but it's gonna be, the voice is gonna go where it sees.
So is mine working? Because I don't hear anything.
And we are
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. DC United Under 19 Academy against FC Bayern World Squad will begin shortly.
Oh, it's delayed.
So it's delayed no matter what. Either mic.
But yeah, I guess that's what Brian said he doesn't have one. I'll check with Logan. Yeah, no problem.
So what are we doing?
So it is
Take John Sullivan, Bruce Murray in Loudoun County, Loudoun, Virginia. As yes, Segra Field, the home of Loudoun United. It is DC United's under-19 academy will take on the FC Bayern World Squad. And Bruce Murray, you've been around the game a long time, and this concept for FC Bayern, as they were visiting, they were part of the soccer tournament in Raleigh. They have players from 14 nations. They've gone around the world recruiting players.
Yeah, this is a really, really interesting project. I mean, this is not a club coming to America to try and get their brand up. This is a club going around the world trying to find players to sign. Very, very exciting. A long time ago as a player, I was in Asia, and I knew that Japan and Korea had some good players. Well, there happens to be two really good Korean players on this Bayern squad.
Well, you mentioned that. In fact, Mo, one of their center backs, is one of the Koreans that you mentioned, and Kim, who operates out of the number 10 spot. We should point out Cameron Mabray will be in goal today for DC United's under-19 academy. Again, part of DC United's philosophy is to align with the first team, so they are playing a 3-5-2. The three at the back, Michael Desalen on the left side. On the right side at the back, Ethan Pendleton, and in the middle, Dash Papez. Papez, by the way, a Princeton recruit. Ethan Pendleton, a UCLA recruit. The two wingbacks on the left side, Reggie Gaynor. On the right side, Diego Vasquez. In that midfield, Nino Maldonado in number 10 role for the DC United Under-19 Academy. Gary Zhang, a Princeton commit, also part of that midfield. And Nilson Hernandez with Gabrielis Mazonis up top, along with Brian Chavez. Gabrielis Mazonis actually with a Lithuanian background. So Loudoun, our DC United's Under-19 Academy, also with a bit of an international flavor.
They do, David. But when you hear that list of colleges, you talk about an all-star list. Princeton, Jimmy Barlow, George Gelnevach, Virginia. They have a Cornell commit. They have UCLA commits. I mean, let's say you don't end up going to the MLS. Well, guess what? Yeah. You got a pretty good fallback position, in my opinion.
Patrick Okama, the Academy Director, working very hard with the DC United Academy. Ryan Alexander is the head coach. Now, Roy Mackay is the head coach of the FC Bayern World Squad, and he had quite a distinguished career as he played at Bayern Munich.
He did. He scored a ton of goals, big-time goal scorer. Obviously, Dutch player. He also coached Rangers in Glasgow, which is obviously a big team. And to be back, this is what European teams tend to do. They tend to bring their talented ex-players back at this level and get the most out of the players. And it's absolutely amazing to be able to watch this. And there's nobody here today, but we're obviously the teams are going to line up, and it's just two teams going at it, no fan involvement, so pretty good.
Well, indeed, it's a situation where this afternoon we're glad to bring this to you. We need to check on who is wearing number 50 for DC United Under-19 Academy as we bring this to you. We have some numbers that have not been assigned to us, but we see now as the two teams walking to midfield, and we are going to have a game. FC Bayern's World Squad is in the white jerseys, DC United Under-19 Academy in the black jerseys, and of course with some red trim, hence the black and red. But this will be a lot of fun this afternoon. And again, the part of this is you get a chance to really see what's coming up through the DC United ranks, as we've enjoyed the development of so many players, whether it's Griffin Yower, Kevin Paredes, Jackson Hop. I mean, the list just goes on. And I know for you, Bruce Murray, is this kind of opportunity when you were a Herman Trophy winner in college and playing for Clemson in the 80s, it really didn't exist.
It didn't exist. And, this is the kind of stuff, United States players are absolutely all over the world. If you look at our national team now, you don't see many MLS players in that lineup. So you've got Man City recruiting American players. You've got Bayern Munich. You've got Juventus. I mean, just the amount of opportunity that these players have now to make this a solid full-time career, it wasn't available when I was playing.
No, indeed it was not. And we appreciate Brendan Frank being part of our broadcast this afternoon. And Brendan, if you could double check number 50 with the DC United staff, as we need to find out who is number 50 for the DC United Under-19 Academy, because it's important for us to shout out all these wonderful players' names. We appreciate the assistance tonight. This is great stuff, Bruce Murray. Just you and I on alone on the highway. This is real real broadcasting.
No, this. I mean, we have the fancy confines of Audi, and like we have all this big staff, and 5 guys in the booth. It's just you and I out here, and I love it because we're seeing. This is what people do in Europe, right? On Tuesdays they come out and watch the youth team to see who's going to play in Liverpool next, and you'll see 10,000 people at those games. I mean, it's incredible. So there's people out here. Not as many as I would have hoped for in terms of 10,000 people, but clearly, if somebody impresses here for DC United, it will be noticed on the other side of the field.
Right, and again, it's already so impressive that we have players that have been recruited by colleges, and again, DC United Under 19 Academy against FC Bayern's World Squad. That FC Bayern World Squad, again, 23 players from 14 nations. That's just hard to wrap your head around sometimes.
It really is, and again, I mentioned, a lot of European clubs want to come here, and Chelsea, they want to brand themselves. All right, the issue is Bayern Munich's thinking ahead. They're like, you know what? We know there's good players all over the globe. Let's find the very best, and that's what they're trying to do. And I think it's definitely a wonderful opportunity for everyone involved.
Well, as we look at midfield, this is wonderful. Again, this is what the sport is also about, Bruce Murray. Again, bringing people together, FC Bayern and DC United Under 19 Academy players, shared experiences and the exchanging of the pennants. That's a tradition that is so heartwarming in our game.
It really is, and we've all been through it, and youth level and being a captain, and just all these moments make you as a player. And imagine one day you're in the MLS, you're on the national team, and you remember that time that you played Bayern Munich's World 11, and you won't forget that.
Yep. Well, indeed, you tell the FC Bayern Munich players are certainly fired up, and we are too for this afternoon of soccer. And again, we'll be with you on the radio using the iHeart app on Saturday when DC United gets ready to take on Charlotte FC, an important matchup in league play as Major League Soccer returns to league play. But so much work is being done. We're witnessing the Under 19 Academy, but at all levels, DC United working so hard to continue to upgrade their academy program. I say upgrade, it's an academy program that has already produced so many professional players.
I mean, look at who we are seeing in the senior team. Jackson Hopkins has been given the car keys to run the middle of the park. You got Ted Q running off of Benteke scoring goals. You've got so many players. I mean, at the back, we have
Matai Akinboni.
Akinboni's 16 years old, maybe just turned 17. But these guys all contributed to the 2-0 comeback last week against FC Toronto. So if you don't think that the youth academy games mean anything, some of these guys just came out of the youth academy and they're in the first team. It's like a professional golfer. The young guys who are 19 years old, they don't care that they just drive the putts in. They're not nervous, right? Maybe some of the older players are a little nervous, but every time I see Akinboni play, I'm like, did he put a foot wrong today?
No.
And the answer is no.
No. Well, I've always said, what have I always said? The thinking gets you in trouble, right?
Correct.
Gabriela Mazonas will kick things off for DC United's Under 19 Academy. Again, they are in the dark jerseys. FC Bayern World Squad, and we're underway back to Nino Maldonado. And they're working from back to front, a 3-5-2. Again, aligning with DC United's first team as we enjoy action here from Loudoun United's home stadium, Segra Field. Again, Loudoun United will be in action tomorrow against Las Vegas Lights FC. They quickly try to work it up the left side, but they're well defended at the back by Ish Ignacio for FC Bayern's World Squad. But this foray has produced now a corner kick for DC United's Under 19 Academy. So right away, a great opportunity here as Nino Maldonado goes over to take that corner. Now you just need a Christian Benteke in the middle of the box, right, to head it home. And let's see if there's somebody that has that kind of...
Well, it's also funny to me. the difference between professional soccer and not professional soccer at this point is Maldonado has hit the parking lot trying to find the ball.
Well,
He's
that's
been out there for a while.
that's a part of the joy and glory, and that's
yes.
hey, listen, that could be a good time wasting strategy if you get it.
Well, that's like a CONCACAF World Cup qualifier, right?
Right.
The ball goes out for a corner, and you somehow Mexico or Costa Rica wastes 13 minutes.
You can't find the ball. All right, Maldonado will execute the corner kick, and let's see what the option here is. And it's well sorted out in the middle by FC Bayern's World Squad. DC United's under-19 academy, maybe another chance here. As Ethan Pendleton plays it pardon me, that's Diego Vasquez on the right side. Now they work it forward, Gary Zhang. Zhang, that's a good-looking cross, defended well by David Emmanuel for FC Bayern's World Squad. There'll be a throw-in coming up. Throw-in coming up for Diego Vasquez. And he'll play it back to Dash Papez. Now they'll look to work from the back. Switch it over to getting forward Diego Vasquez. Again, the wing back, Ethan Pendleton. Right center back. And knock it back to control here from DC United's under-19 academy. Rizonis, a nice little flick on, looking to link up with Chavez. Unable to do so. And this is, neither team knows anything really about the other team, and that adds to the intrigue of the afternoon.
No, it really does. Just right there, you saw Sonas with the nice little flick on. If you're going to pattern yourself after a center forward, Benteke, that might be the answer right there.
Now, on the quick counter, a real opportunity here. Maicon Cardoza, who's from Brazil for Bayern's World Squad. He goes back post. Now, still not done. Is Bayern trying to break through, getting for Luis Albero with the shot that was blocked. And a good, resolute tackle is made by Reggie Gaynor. Gaynor defending well for DC United's under-19 academy is under a bit of a duress, as that was just a lightning-fast counterattack by FC Bayern's World Squad.
And Bayern had every opportunity to score. They had three cracks of the apple there, three bites of the apple, and they didn't get anything out of it. That's kind of sloppiness in terms of not being at that level. Where Harry Kane, he would just put that away on the first touch.
Right. I'll tell Harry Kane you said that.
The young players, it takes them a long time to figure out how to get that final touch in.
Yeah, I love when Bruce Murray does name dropping like that. Harry Kane in our under-19 broadcast. That's good. Bazzona's trying to get onto it, and so there'll be a throw-in coming up for DC United's under-19 academy. This is the way to do it. And Bruce Murray, I'm glad you pointed that out. I've done that before. Watched the reserve team match in London, and you get a couple thousand people to those games to see who the up-and-coming stars are.
You get all the agents, right? They're all on their cell phones. You get all the old people, right? Like old people, that's me now. But all sitting in the stands, going, "This is the next great thing," and it's great.
David Kalverchek, left back. Now a good switch of the point of attack, and now some promise here from FC Bayern's World Squad. And Cameron Mabray did well to cut down the angle. A corner kick coming up for Bayern's World Squad.
And Mabray did a great job, no question about it. But, United's getting exposed at the back. I mean, they're just getting it wide and getting it in. But Bayern Munich's just sloppy on the finish. And that's like the final piece of the puzzle, right? Learning how to finish.
Sebastian Dabrowski will handle the corner kick for Bayern's World Squad on this Thursday afternoon at Segra Field.
Very toasty Segra Field.
Toasty Segra Field. Nelson Martinez sorts out that corner. Now a second chance, and Cardoza gets ahead on it. DC United's under-19 academy. Diego Vasquez pierces it away and effectively deals with the set-piece opportunity. Now can they find Chavez for the counterattack? Instead, Bayern's World Squad has possession. They are on tour, just coming from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Before that, they were at the soccer tournament in Raleigh, North Carolina. So just a great experience for these youngsters.
Yeah, which was really interesting because they went into a division of the soccer tournament. Soccer tournaments, there's some grown men playing in that tournament. So, the coaches told us before the game, it was great for them to play against older, bigger, stronger, faster.
There's something about playing against, yes, these are young men, but when you're playing against seasoned pros, which was the case in the soccer tournament. Again, Bayern's world squad, Dabrowski. Can he get a cross off? It's well marked by Desalin. And DC United's under 19 Academy, no trouble there. Good team defending, making the cross go right into Cameron Mabry's goalkeeper gloves. And now we have Vasquez printing up on the right side as Pendleton brings it out. And Pendleton, UCLA commit. Back to Papez. Desalin, Papez, and Pendleton are your three center backs in the 3-5-2 formation. Martinez with a touch on the ball, now trying to slalom through the turf field. A turnover. Now Kim looking for his options. Ahead to Dabrowski. Papez gets back to defend. And the danger averted for now, but a corner kick.
Dave, Minwoo Kim looks a dangerous player in the middle of the park. Everything that's going through him, they've got to get somebody to kind of mark up on Minwoo Kim, because Minwoo Kim right now is kind of bossing the game from the middle of the field.
Yeah. And the folks at Bayern graciously said we could just call him Kim, which makes it easier. The great Brazilians go by one name.
That's right.
You should have gone by one name, just Bruce.
Brucinho.
Bruce. All those people chanting Bruce. Dabrowski on the corner. Bayern's world squad. Gustavo Tejas, he is from Brazil, forced to retreat. Now, Kalberchek, the left back, getting forward. David Kalberchek puts a ball into space. Cardoza trying to get onto it. So there you had a Polish player linking up with the Brazilian player. Example of FC Bayern, really a world squad. Gustavo Tejas would play it back to Mo, another one of the South Korean representatives on this Bayern world squad. Now they'll settle things down. Playing right back for the Bayern world squad, Tate Asante. He's from Canada, so they really pick players from around the world.
If you think about Canada, you have to think about Alphonso Davies, who's not part of this program, but he came out of the MLS, and he's one of the best outside backs in the world.
And he was 16 years old when he broke through with the Vancouver Whitecaps, and indeed one of the best outside backs in the world. First half action here at Segra Field. No score between Bayern's world squad on tour in the United States and DC United's under-19 academy. Great look at players that maybe someone on this field. You'll see them in a first-team jersey at some point for the black and red. Again, Bayern's world squad putting Reggie Gaynor and company under duress. Gaynor, the left wing back, had some really nice defensive moments in this first half.
Oh, great defensive moments. I mean, and he just showed the physicality necessary to be a pro player, which is, get your guy off balance and give him a little shoulder shrug and get him out of bounds. And he did it. Gaynor's had some good moments.
Gaynor and Vasquez, your wing backs for DC United's under-19 academy. Michael Desalin on the ball. Right at middle to Gary Zhang instead. Now back to Papez. Papez. Mazonis forward. Vasquez. That's a nifty through ball for Maldonado. But David Emmanuel just making sure his keeper, Luis Gomez, who's from Mexico, representing the Bayern World Squad, scoops it up.
And Dave, Manones really offers a target, not unlike Benteke. I mean, not at that level, but he is definitely a guy they're going through. So in terms of how they're playing the game, they are definitely emulating the first team.
Dave Johnson with Bruce Murray at Segra Field, home of Loudoun United. Glad you could join us on this steamy Thursday afternoon. I think we're going to lose about 50 pounds today. Kim, a nice inventive ball forward. Mike Cardoza. Ball into space. Luis Ibarra trying to get onto it. Cannot.
You know what I love about Kim's game is he's not running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He's walking. He's looking. He has that messy like
yes.
The way he's playing the game. He's trying to ascertain information and not just run around like a lot of people do.
Well, what's the old phrase? You let the ball do the work, right?
That's right.
Pendleton now getting forward. Under 19 Academy trying to craft something, but just not space out there right now. So patient. There's a Lynn. Nice little, little touches like that. He had little nuances, a little shoulder shrug and a move, create some space, but now a turnover as Bayern's World Squad getting forward. The through ball for Kim, but Kim, that touch failed him. As he got at the top of the box, you perhaps hear him scream as he felt the frustration of that mistouch.
And it was a terrible touch by him, but just the fact that as soon as they took the ball, Kim was on the run. He was creating opportunity for himself, but poor touch in the end.
Papez, a long ball. He would have Reggie Gaynor on that left side, but instead Bayern control.
And what I like about that ball by Papez is it's an intelligent ball because it's into the wind, so he knows it's not going to leave the field,
right?
And he's just going to give his guy a chance to go get it. So, excellent.
Had some potential there. We remain scoreless. DC United Under 19 Academy and FC Bayern's World Squad, or as they like to call them in Germany, FC Hollywood, as Bayern is known.
That's right.
As they, of course, how many titles? I should have looked it up. They've had a lot of titles. Dabrowski up top, back defending Desalin. Resolute defending now Pendleton. Nice clearance by Pendleton. At midfield, Mo controls it for Bayern. David Emmanuel gets onto it. Now this is Kim. And too much on that as he was looking to play it up top to Dabrowski and just put too much spice on it.
Too much spice, and it wasn't enough curve with his outside of the boot. But again, on the ball. So there's a guy who's very active.
Intriguing start to this match as it goes back and forth. As DC United's Under 19 Academy, their leading scorer on the team to be looking out for, Nino Maldonado. Where's number 10? In the center of the park. He's in the center circle right now for DC United's Under 19 Academy. They are in the familiar DC United colors. Kim comes up with a turnover. And FC Bayern trying to get back on the front foot. Good organization, though, forcing FC Bayern to retreat a bit.
And it's interesting watching the youth game versus the pro game. There's 50 yards between the center backs. In the pro game, there's about 14 to 18 yards.
Speaking of turnovers, Chavez now. He has Mazonis to his left. Mazonis gets into the box and coming out. Luis Gomez is able to collect it. But you like to see that as they opened up space on that left flank. But Mazonis unable to get onto it. Again, FC Bayern's World Squad in the white jerseys. When I say World Squad, it is young players that they've recruited from around the world. From 10,000 applicants, 10 are close to 10,000.
That's incredible. That's truly incredible.
Kalberchek, Polish player, will play it back to Mo. Again, South Korean. You have a Brazilian now touching the ball. Ish Ignacio from the back looking for his options.
But you're gonna see this worldwide recruitment going forward because player wages are out of control, and they're gonna want to try and get costs down. So you want to get cheap labor. That's the idea. Well, it is what it is. It's not cheap labor like that way. Just in terms of,
Yes.
A U.S. player is going to be, or a Korean player is not going to cost the same as a kid in a European squad at Liverpool. Let's say.
That's business analyst Bruce Murray breaking down the finances of the game for us on this afternoon as well. But no, it's, again, every club now, it's a worldwide search to unearth gems. And again, develop players. You can get some of the transfer. Vasquez into space. Mazonis trying to get onto it. Can Mazonis get there? And the answer is no. As FC Bayern able to defend at the last possible moment, Tate Asante was able to come through and clear it to safety. For Bayern in the white jerseys, DC United Under 19 Academy in the black jerseys. We remain scoreless at Segra Field.
And for those who want to get out here tomorrow, they have a fireworks show after the game. But this is a beautiful venue to watch a football match at.
Las Vegas Lights, who have a very colorful kit. In case you happen to like soccer kits, has a Las Vegas skyline. But we invite you to cheer for Loudoun United. May not have a Loudoun skyline because there's not one, which is what makes Loudoun so wonderful. Gustavo Tejas now looking for his options outside of the boot. Dabrowski is making a run in the middle. Now Gary Zhang. Gary Zhang for DC United's Under-19 Academy. Maldonado, this is the leading scorer. But double marked, and was he fouled? He was. A free kick. So Maldonado fouled by David Emmanuel for Bayern's World Squad. A free kick coming up. What do you reckon, Bruce? About 35 or so yards out?
About 35 yards out, but David Emmanuel put the wood to Maldonado because that was a big foul.
We heard that up here. Michael Desalin. Now Nilson Hernandez. Wide to Pendleton. DC United's Under-19 Academy looking for their moment of joy in this first half. A scoreless first half. Looking at maybe stars of the future out there somewhere. Somebody's going to break through. You just know it. They put so much time and commitment and craft into their game. Papez. Vasquez, who's under pressure. You hear his teammates calling Diego Papez Pops. Kind of a strange when a guy's 19 years old. He's Pops, right? But so as we look over, is Christian Fletcher from DC United here.
Yeah, isn't that great to see?
No, it's great to see supporting the others. Now David Emmanuel getting forward. Slowed by Hernandez. Yes, Nelson Hernandez. And that stopped the counterattack.
What a great tackle by Hernandez. I mean, Bayern Munich was in full flight, and Hernandez just stopped, run in, just boom, big old solid tackle, and United on possession.
You hear the shouts of Ryan Alexander, who's the coach of the Under-19 team. Pendleton, that's a good ball for Maldonado. Kalberchek breaks it up, and now Bayern looks to go the other way. Kim is going to switch it out to the right side. Luis Ibarra slaloming ahead. Ibarra putting the moves on. DC United Under-19 Academy, good team, cohesive defending.
And what you see with Ibarra for the World 11 is he's an inverted winger. That is the rage these days. Get the left footer, get him on the right side, give him the option to go down the line and cross it, or get in and cut it and shoot.
In fact, Ibarra's on the ball right now with the left-footed shot, as you mentioned, the left foot, but it goes wide. A goal kick for Cameron Mabry coming up for DC United's Under-19 Academy.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. That's what they try and do now. It gives you two options, right? One to get down and get the cross, and the other one to cut inside. It's really hard because you have to defend both options, and you see it all the time. You see it in Benardecci in Toronto FC.
Yes.
I mean, he just he destroys the league with that stuff.
Reggie Gaynor trying to destroy the left flank. Now Maldonado can't get onto it. Into a sea of Bayern jerseys. Tata Sante among them, and the Canadian defender. Staying scoreless here. Scoreless. DC United Under-19 Academy. Bayern World Squad on this Thursday afternoon from Segra Field. See the signs behind the Bayern goal, loud and united. That's what we want all fans to always be, whether at Audi Field or Segra Field. Now a turnover here. Ball played forward by Gary Zhang. And opportunistic, but listen, sometimes you get that turnover. There's a surprise element there, and that has to keep the defenses honest too. Good idea by Gary Zhang, just knowing to get onto it. Also, it'd be interesting to see the legs of this Bayern team because they just got off a plane yesterday. They've been traveling around. That soccer tournament in Raleigh had to take something out of them, but I say that, but they're young, right? They can just run forever.
Yeah, they're young. They can run forever, but travel does take its toll. This is an extremely, extremely hot day out here. The turf is picking up an extra 20 degrees with all the rubber pellets on it. It's turf. It's good turf. Don't get me wrong, if there is a good turf, but
it's hot turf though.
Yeah,
we walked it. DC Under-19 Academy. Zhang to Hernandez. Now Chavez has Reggie Gaynor as they open up the field. Gaynor coming up the left side. Maldonado is making a run. Mazonis making a run in the middle of the box. In the end, the attack thwarted. Tata Sante, the defender.
So in that situation, Reggie Gaynor, he just lost confidence in what he was trying to do, and he didn't just run at the defender, and he ended up coming inside and getting stripped. So that's something that the young players are going to learn.
0-0. We remain scoreless here. First half at Segra Field between DC United's Under-19 Academy and the Bayern World Squad. Good to be with you on YouTube this afternoon. We can always stay connected with you at Dave J Sports, at Bruce Murray HOF. If you want to connect with us on Twitter, and again, we'll be with you Saturday when DC United is in Charlotte to take on Charlotte FC. Boy, that breeze just felt good.
Doesn't it? That was the breeze from your corporate jet that was just going past us on the broadcast booth.
Was that my jet that was taking off from Leesburg Airport? Yeah, that's how I roll. My corporate jet to get me out here. So, Tato Sante getting forward. Isamara. This is the inverted winger that Bruce was talking about with the left foot, but it'll be a throw-in coming up for DC United's Under-19 Academy.
And honestly, the inverted wingers are just almost impossible to defend. I mean, like I said, Bernadette from Toronto. I mean, DC United, Pedro Santos is one of the better players in the league, man. He had his hands full. And it was, United took a long time to figure out how to get more help for him because you're not a bad defender. It's just that you can't handle those kind of guys because they're dual threats.
David Kalberchek trying to get onto it for Bayern's World Squad. Surging forward. Maicon Cardoza. Some Brazilian flair. Staying with him, Vasquez. Gustavo Teos, they're going to switch it. Now, Luis Ibarra, can he get it on the left foot? Gustavo Teos with a shot. Oh! Mabra is able to parry it to his left. Another opportunity right in front, Kim, and Kim is able to drive it home. So Kim drives it home for Bayern's World Squad. Is Mabra a great save initially, but in the end, Bayern takes the 1-0 lead.
That was a big-time save by Mabra, but you have got to get the help defensively. If you make that kind of save, you got to have your defenders getting that next ball and the next ball. And Kim ended up getting 2 bites of the apple and put it away. Great finish by Kim. Great instincts. But at the same time, Mabry, should be felt hard done there. His defenders need to give a little bit more.
All right, we understand there will be a hydration break coming up shortly, not right now. 1-0. Bayern's World Squad takes the lead on DC United Under-19 Academy from Segra Field here, the home of Loudoun United.
Dave, I love this. I'm a scout of the game. I love looking at players and saying I was right or I was wrong. But this is brilliant. We should do this more often.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to talk to the DC United folks. Maybe we should just stay out here and we'll call every Academy game. We're enjoying this, and I hope you're enjoying this afternoon as well. And it's a real treat to have the folks that have been traveling around the world, the Bayern World Squad, making a stop here. And thanks to the support also of Audi, of course, a great sponsor of DC United, for making this all happen. Maldonado now. 1-0. Bayern World Squad in the white jerseys with the lead. Diego Papez.
There's other things to consider. Language barriers on the World 11. Do they all speak the same language? I assume English would be one of those languages. Spanish maybe as well.
And we're still learning English. Diego Vasquez, he was offside. Unfortunate because you had real potential. Gabrielis Amazonas was crashing the box.
All these kids though now, Dave, they all speak 5 different languages. Yep. I mean, you go to Switzerland or Germany, they all speak 5 languages.
Well, Swiss was always one of my favorite languages.
Well, that's a different language completely, and I live in Switzerland, so don't ask me. But I can do a little bit of German, but I cannot do the Schweizerdeutsch. It's called Schweizerdeutsch.
Yeah, because there's not really a Swiss language. That was my veiled attempt at humor. So it keeps it going on a hot afternoon.
There you
go. Kalberchek under pressure. Back to Ignacio. Wide to Sante. 1-0. Bayern. The World Squad with the lead. Kim with the goal. Aubrey, just before that goal, as we highlighted, made a tremendous save. Unfortunately, DC United could not do the housekeeping to clean things up. Be a throw-in coming up for DC United's under-19 academy. And now the hydration break. Hydration break for DC United. As Bruce Murray gets up to say hello to Christian Fletcher, almost knocks over our broadcast booth. That's okay. Bruce, we appreciate you trying to be so kind to people. So we'll take a hydration break too. But give us your thoughts at Dave J Sports if you like. As again, it's just a thrill. You hear about all the work that the DC United's academy players are doing, and you're getting a chance to see it this afternoon here on the DC United YouTube channel. As again, 1-0 goal by Kim, as he was able to break through, and they were able to find that opening and the difference in this game. But right now, it's still all to play for.
No, it is. I mean, it's a very even game. United's had a chance or two, but just went over and talked to Christian Fletcher and Makai Akamboni. Both guys that are recent graduates of the academy, and they are starting or playing substantial minutes in the MLS and playing well.
Yeah. No, and again, we talk about, again, we'll be with you for DC United and Charlotte FC. We hope you download the iHeart app. You can sync us with Apple TV Saturday. And, it was something that Troy Lesane brought up today about, again, the young guys like Fletcher making a difference in that second half of that Toronto game that was so critical when DC United was able to get a point, come back from a 2-0 deficit and tie the game at 2-2.
Well, it was the young people that had the energy and they had the belief that they were going to get the job done. Maybe this old guy in the booth didn't have as much confidence because I was like, how could we, we couldn't have done this to ourselves. And then we score a goal, and then we score another goal, and then we should have won the game. And I'm thinking, the young guys, it's the belief. Yep. It's when you believe that you can do it, then you can do it. So shame on me.
Shame on you. Shame on you, Bruce Murray. All right, the hydration break continues. Depending on where you're watching, or maybe you're in Germany, it is a steamy day here, a hot day here in Northern Virginia. Again, if you're not familiar, Loudon is probably a half hour, I guess, from the Beltway, the Washington Beltway. Yeah. As, of course, we're close to DC United's Inova Performance Center, the training facility, where DC United, this was what made it such a wonderful day for us because, again, as we get set for DC United Charlotte FC on Saturday, we were able to spend some time at training today and talk to Troy Lesane and also Jared Stroud, as it's a DC United, the first team that has reached literally the midway point on 19 points. And Troy Lesane made a point about expected points. DC United's second in the league. Now, obviously, they're in 10th place. It shows, though, the potential.
It does show the potential. You know how I feel about those secondary stats, right? But at the same time, he did point out that stat. But what they did last week was they saved the season. Because if you go to the break having lost a home game that you probably should have won, then things could really go sideways in a hurry. Instead, the young guns came to the rescue. They got a point, and they should have gotten all 3 points.
Well, right now, they're not playing for points, but we have FC Bayern's World Squad with a 1-0 lead on DC United's Under-19 Academy. A hydration break complete, as so important on this day. As we look at our time, we had a roughly 2:30 kickoff time. So I would think 15 more minutes left in this first half, give or take.
Sure. And the other thing about these games, Dave, is I think it creates a real sense of community. U.S. Soccer used to play. We would go play Roma and Juventus in their preseason. And because we played those games, they would come back with the whole Italian team and play the United States in Chicago or Giant Stadium. Right. And it created this beautiful relationship.
Well, again, no doubt relationships being formed this afternoon, and now they need to form relationships on the field. As DC United Under-19 Academy looks to to get one before the end of the first half and equalize this game is Diego Vasquez on the throw-in. Mazonis trying to get onto it. Be another throw-in coming up. Gabrielis Mazonis are getting a Lithuanian background. Vasquez another throw-in. Chavez up top. Chavez in the corner. Mo defending for Bayern. And now DC United under 19 Academy has to switch the point of attack. Pendleton gets it over now to Desalin. Reggie Gaynor. Gaynor working that left flank. Going at Tata Sante. Sante pokes it away. Gaynor for Hernandez. DC United trying to move the Bayern defense from side to side. Overlapping run by Pendleton. Vasquez will play it back to Papez. Papez getting forward. Dash Papez. Little flick there by Maldonado and unable to connect it and the goal kick.
And you heard the whole World 11 screaming, get out, because they want to compress the space. As soon as they came out, there was nowhere for United to play the ball, and it went out of bounds. Very simple.
All right, goal kick coming up for Bayern World Squad. Late portions here of the first half at Segra Field. DC United under 19 Academy trailing 1-0. Kim with the goal.
Do we know, like, when they go back, do they go back to Germany with this squad, or is this something that they just kind of keep an eye on the kids?
No, they still have plans. They will go back to Germany with the squad. There's still other plans for this team this summer. In fact, they will be visiting New York, as I understand it, next.
That's great.
In fact, they have documentary filmmakers traveling with them. So a lot going on with this FC Bayern World Squad. Throw-in coming up. Kalberchek bought too much real estate. It almost turned out to be a run-in. Dabrowski, Kalberchek, and now Kim tried to work it wide again to Dabrowski, and it'll be a throw-in coming up for DC United's under 19 Academy. Also, the advantage of this, should we say, intimate setting is you can hear the players talk.
Yeah. It's like when COVID was, you would hear Premier League players talk, and the amount of sound coming off the field was, I always tell people it's really difficult to understand how much communication is really going on out there.
1-0 Bayern with the lead. Mo at the back, but Chavez putting the pressure on. It'll go back to Luis Gomez, the goalkeeper. Ignacio escorting it ahead to Emmanuel. Emmanuel, Dabrowski, wide to Ibarra. He's won a throw-in. Throw-in coming up for Luis Ibarra. We just heard Ryan Alexander talking about making sure these forwards were in communication on the press. Kalberchek getting forward. The left back. And Diego Vasquez just stonewalling Kalberchek. Mazzona's trying to get onto it. Gustavo Tejas instead. Back to Emmanuel.
I'll tell you, Vasquez is not big in stature, but man, he comes to tackle for real.
He took quite a challenge there and stopped the attack by FC Bayern. Gustavo Tejas will play it back to Kalberchek. FC Bayern will enjoy the possession for now. Sante trying to get forward on that right side. Good team defense. Mazonis now. Now we'll put into space Maldonado. Maldonado dancing on the ball. Maldonado still. Maldonado coming out. Gomez. And he's able to snuff it out. Maldonado is slaloming. Gomez snuffing.
But Maldonado did the right thing there. He took the defender on, took the goalkeeper on. He just had a heavy touch, but he did everything right. You can see why Maldonado's been banging the goals in this season.
Leading scorer for the DC United Under-19 Academy team, almost providing the breakthrough moment for the black and red. We stay 1-0 in favor of Bayern World Squad. Gustavo Tejas. organizing it from his defensive midfield role. He is under pressure by Gary Zhang. Kalberchek getting forward, stepping up Pendleton. Instead, now Papa is forced to defend Dabrowski at the back. Papez put it back to Mabray. Mabray facing some pressure. Will get it wide to Reggie Gaynor. Gaynor now has some space on that left side. Central Maldonado, but stepping up was Mo. And we'll have a throw-in coming up for Bayern, the World Squad. Late first half action here at Segra Field. Some umbrellas are out among the fans, but it's to ward off heat, not rain. Rain shower would feel awfully nice right now. Kalberchek trying to get forward. Gustavo Tejas, Brazilian, knifing ahead to a fellow Brazilian by Cardoza, and a foul by Maldonado. So a free kick quickly taken by the Bayern World Squad. David Emmanuel going to switch it to the right back. Tejas Sante is getting forward. Is Bayern putting some numbers forward? Now Sante with the left foot takes the shot. He was looking left, looking right, and suddenly he took the shot. And I think that surprised even his teammates.
I think it surprised him. I mean, they just seemed, like, okay, I guess I'm here now. Let me take a swing at it.
Why not? All right, DC United Under-19 Academy. Taking it from the back, we have a DC United Under-19 Academy player down, Diego Vasquez, on the near touch line as play goes on. So DC United right now playing with 10 men. And we will have the stoppages. Diego Vasquez, he all of a sudden just went down, and the athletic training staff for the Under-19 Academy is on the field. And
It looked non-contact. Yeah. It didn't seem, but he maybe twisted something. Anytime you're on turf, you get that horrible feeling, the possible knee twist. And
good to see him get up. And we assume DC United's Under-19 Academy will make a substitution. As we get, again, we're getting late here in the first half of play. So it looks like, indeed, the substitution is forthcoming for the Under-19 Academy, as Felipe Rodriguez is up, as getting his instructions. So it looks like Felipe Rodriguez will come on. Love to see numbers like that, 88. What was the highest number you ever wore?
16, actually.
16.
23 at Clemson, but 16 on the national team. But my most worn number of my 85 caps was number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4. Yeah.
So no number 88.
No number 88. No, I've never heard of numbers that high. No.
Well, you see that in the academy system. We had Necaxa here, their youth team, briefly playing DC United. I'm trying to remember, that was last year, 2 years ago, and you had 99, 91, because they were all given players. They have such large squads in Liga MX.
Agreed.
Our DC United Under-19 Academy with the possession. Can they get the equalizer before halftime? 1-0. Bayern's World Squad with the lead. Pendleton forward to Rodriguez, just into the game. Chavez now. Chavez, good ball in the space. Maldonado. Now Rodriguez looking for Gary Zhang. Nice intervention there by Dabrowski, the forward defending Cardoza now. He does not have numbers with him. Papez, the foul. So interesting situation, because Cardoza really, it was 1v4, but Dash Papez gets called for the foul.
Yeah, and probably a harsh call there, because I thought Dash Papez had good body position. He was running with the play. There was no cynicism in the way he tackled him. It just seemed like nice play.
Gustavo Tejas with the restart for Bayern World Squad. Tejas Sante getting up on that right side. They'll switch it over to Kalberchek. They play out of a 4-4-2. Bayern World Squad, if you're trying to judge formations. Again, 3-5-2 for the DC United Under-19 Academy. The importance of DC United's academy program to align everything with the first team, and that's really the best way to do it. And as you try to identify players and roles needed for your club, it's back to Luis Gomez. Papez, boy, strong header forward. Maldonado. Rozonis trying to get onto it. Maldonado's not giving up on the play, and because of that, Gomez had to come sliding out.
Gomez, is he a Pumas?
Well, we know he's from Mexico. I'm not sure. Do you think he's out of the Pumas Academy? Good chance he is. I love it when you ask me trivia questions I can't answer off the top of my head. Bruce always likes to stump me. Well done, Bruce. We'll give the point over to you as you turn it into a game show.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of game shows, the great Pat Sajak retired this week.
That's right. Yeah.
Last show.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows.
Yeah. I should never thought we get that reference in this broadcast. Papez getting forward. Hernandez, as they try to knife it to a crowded midfield. Kim does well to win it for Bayern.
Dave, Kim's just one of those players that is on the ball. He's always looking. He's an intelligent player.
Here's something. Papez the header. And now Rodriguez. Zhang from distance. A comfortable save, but why not have a go? Well struck by Gary Zhang. We stay 1-0 Bayern's World Squad on top of DC United's Under-19 Academy. To our right, we can see a lot of Bayern players warming up. There'll be a lot of substitutions coming up at halftime as Papez handles Dabrowski well. As Dabrowski put the pressure on. Michael Desolin. Desolin getting it wide to Reggie Gaynor. Gaynor, not afraid to take on players, but David Emmanuel stands him up. Emmanuel at the back, and Bayern is able to try to now weave it out of their half of midfield. Josh Papez, who has been such a controlling force in the central defense, back to get it.
I was going to say, Papez, everything he does, it's like a professional player. He really understands the position and when to take risk and when not to. This is a player to look for in the future.
Throw-in coming up for Bayern's World Squad. Remains 1-0. Kim, the goal for Bayern's World Squad. Full name Minwoo Kim. That goes by Kim. A little flick ahead, but Dash Papez again was there. The aforementioned Minwoo Kim was trying to make something happen, but Papez had it read well. Desolin now to Papez as the quest continues for DC United's Under-19 Academy. 1-0 game. Papez getting forward. Felipe Rodriguez. Zhang. Oh, you need to get it wide because it was getting a little congested. Always easy to say from the broadcast position. Switch over to the right side. Luis Ibarra trying to get onto it. Again, Papez is stretching out and winning it. Wow, Dash Papez getting over to stop Ibarra.
Not only winning it, he kept it in bounds and regained possession. Like I said, Papez, I want to keep an eye on him going forward because I think he's got some real attributes.
Maldonado has some attributes. He likes to score goals. Rodriguez, this has potential. Rodriguez just couldn't get it on frame. But you can see it developing nicely for the DC United Under-19 Academy. Again, we're talking about Under-19 Academy. We have some college commits, but we, unfortunately subbed out with the injury. Diego Vasquez, a rising high school senior. Late stages, first half of play here at Segra Field. 1-0 it remains in favor of Bayern. Yes, that Bayern. of the Bayern World squad. Boy, Papez has some strength in the air. Now Zhang playing it forward. Gabriel Mazonis, no one to flick it on to. And FC Bayern is in the white, as you would expect. DC United Under 19 Academy in the black. Ibarra now trying to get forward after the turn. He does. Ibarra into a collision with Papez. But a good tackle by Papez, as he has really been the last line of defense. Maldonado now forward. Emmanuel shadowing him. Deslin gets it wide. Gainer running into space. Maldonado now. Spinning around. The shot, the save by Gomez, and he smothers it before Mazonis could get there to knock it home. Maldonado tested the keeper, Luis Gomez. And with that, what an exclamation mark on the first half of play.
Wow. Maldonado just put on a show, did a 360 on the ball, pulled it back, and what a heck of a save by the Bayern keeper, because that one was headed goal bound.
All right, we've reached halftime. We will join you shortly for the second half. Again, at halftime, DC United Under 19 Academy trailing the Bayern World squad 1-0. Can we get some now, man. It's on.
Yeah, we just got out. It's you got the sign.
And can somebody keep a clock? Let us know the time. I'm not going to be able to get down with that.
Oh, right.
I need some cold water at some point.
Sure. You want cold water?
Yeah, just another one of these or something.
The computer just.
There's some down by the bed. I know
Hey, good to see you. Good to see you guys.
Huh?
How are you?
Good.
It's like overheat, I think.
Ask them down the bench.
We didn't even know we had
Plug it and close it.
High school water.
Yeah, we just.
Plug it and close it.
Vendors are all
Dave Johnson, Bruce Murray back in Segra Field, Loudoun United's home. It's DC United Under-19 Academy against the FC Bayern World Squad. FC Bayern World Squad, a goal from Kim in the first half. It's a 1-0 difference, but only a one-goal game. DC United Under-19 Academy in the black and red trim. And kicking off this second half, FC Bayern is Here We Go as DC United Academy looks for the equalizers. James Lackey just had the kickoff. DC United Academy had some great opportunities at closing moments of the first half. They'd like to build on that momentum. A steamy afternoon. We probably will once again have a hydration break here in the second half of play. One of the substitutes coming on for Bayern, Uga, pushing up the right side. Ifayeni Uga on the ball right now. Nice turn. Puts it in space. Lackey trying to get onto it. Coming out to deny. Mabry, the keeper. And what a play, as Mabry had to make a decision, and he did.
And Mabry made a great play. I mean, he came out, did everything he had. But Lackey is a real problem over the top. All they did was dink it in over the top. He looks the part of a center forward, and he looks like he can really run.
James Lackey from Australia getting this Bayern team, as we talked about. It's just a collection of players as they're making a documentary about them. They're young players that are prospective pros and trying to make it through the professional ranks. 14 nations represented on this team. Papez at the back. That's a good ball to Reggie Gaynor. Gaynor now putting Uga under pressure, but David Emmanuel does the housekeeping for Bayern. Now Luis Rivera, this inverted winger. Well-timed tackle by Judah Pritchard. It just came in the second half. That's the way to introduce yourself to the game.
Well, I'll tell you what, Pritchard has a tough assignment, but man, he absolutely won the tackle and got a great position.
And we mentioned Mabry, but it was actually Alexander Aguilar who's come on as a goalkeeper in the second half, who did a great job of denying that opportunity for James Lackey. So another substitution made for DC United Under-19 Academy, switching goalkeepers at half. The same thing, by the way, Bayern has done is Christian Rezanina, from Romania. Rezanina, I think I said that right, from the soccer-playing Rezaninas. Good pressure put on by Maldonado on David Emmanuel. Too much pressure, though. Free kick for Bayern's World Squad. Tempo seems to be picking up in the second half.
I did. Right off the bat, the tempo's picked up. All the substitutes came in, and they all want to show what they can do in this game. But it's 100 miles an hour right now.
Long now, one of the substitutes trying to come up that left flank. His cross is blocked, and a shot from distance will go wanting as it does not get on frame, and it will be a goal kick coming up for DC United Under-19 Academy. From distance, Kim deciding to have a go. Why not? The goal scorer, right? But of course, he scored from close range. We'll open the scoring in the first half. That's the only goal. It's 1-0. Bayern World Squad on top of DC United's Under-19 Academy. Gary Zhang now. Zhang sees Reggie Gaynor. He's timed his run well. Gaynor now getting forward, but Uga is able to get back and recover. Luis Sabah. Emmanuel searching. We'll play it back to Mo. Now Wong over on that left side. 1-0. I love the competition of this game. We are enjoying. Bruce Murray, you said it at halftime to me. This is just plain fun.
No, it's fun. It's to come out here and see what's in the pipeline, and being able to identify players, and then either be right or wrong. Either way, being more right than wrong. It's fun to see who that is going to make an impact on the first team down the road. And you know what? We saw that. We saw Akamboni and we saw Fletcher here watching. And they're just graduated from the academy. It's absolutely great.
And making a difference for DC United, the first team. And now the shot from distance, Gustavo Tejas. And that had real potential.
Wow.
From the land of samba soccer, Brazil, and now a corner kick as he was able to strike that on the half volley. So now DC United's Under-19 Academy down a goal, 1-0, forced to defend the corner kick. Gio de Abreu coming over to handle the corner. Another substitute. De Abreu has an Australian and Portuguese background. Far post, but too far. Luis Ibarra, though, with that left foot, will cross it in, stamped out by Papez and company. And now Maldonado. Maldonado does not have numbers in support, so he keeps possession. And well, now he's challenged immediately, played off the ball, but stays with it. Good possession.
And he did a great job, but there was never a chance of him keeping that ball because Bayern had 7 players around him. And, they just get back so well, like professionals. They get back. That's the first thing that you do. You lose the ball, you get back. And he had 7 players and himself. There's no way he's going to beat 7 players.
And that's a big point because it's getting back on a set piece. Often teams can get caught in that transition. Now they put the press on. There's Anina. Strong pressure up top from DC United's under-19 academy.
Lackey looks up top. Dave, he looks so quick. The Bayern striker, number 9. You just feel like anything over the top is going to beat you because he just is a burner. You can see it.
Work the left side now, Reggie Gaynor. Center for Zhang, but Emmanuel comes up with a Papez. Trying to get it wide to Desalena instead. Bayern. Luis Ibarra, who's been a pest. And what a well-played ball. And coming through, De Abreu just could not get a strike on it. And now DC United's under-19 academy trying to weave out of their defensive third. And doing it coolly and under pressure. A good switch of the attack. Ethan Pendleton is out on that right side. Surging forward. Sidney Agre has come forward. One of the substitutes for DC United's under-19 academy. Agre playing up top. Making an amazing run up there. DC United under-19 academy in the dark jerseys. Space wide here to Reggie Gaynor. Gaynor. Maldonado spinning around. Turnover. And now James Lackey gets onto it. Ball to space to Ibarra. De Abreu is making a run centrally. Now back defending Papez, and he's able to block the shot and preventing a corner kick. Aguilar. Now they're going to call it actually a goal kick for Aguilar.
But that is some great defending.
Now DC United, nice recovery. And it stays 1-0. Desalena trying to spray it wide. Reggie Gaynor. Organized defensively, this Bayern team. And this squad, like the DC United under-19 team, they just were not put together. They've played some time together, and it's showing. The understanding. Desalena. This is what you feel like DC United has to do, is switch it back and forth to try to unlock FC Bayern defensive organization. Maldonado is fouled by David Emmanuel, who's not afraid of a strong tackle.
No, he's not. Man, Maldonado absolutely got housed. I mean, that is a big tackle. That's a big tackle. But going back to your point, there's a lot of pieces here. These pieces aren't fitting quite together at this point, but you feel like it will because there's a lot of talent out here.
Good communication we're hearing with the referees and the players, and that's so important, as we often talk about. The best referees are the ones that communicate, and they can keep things under control through their communication. Free kick coming up for DC United under-19 academy. Gary Zhang is standing over the ball. About 15 minutes into the second half of play. Center circle, Diego. Pardon me, I keep calling it Diego. Dash Papez. I was trying to through ball instead. Wong defending. Challenged by Felipe Rodriguez. This is Kim, their playmaker, to Emmanuel. Got to watch Ibarra wide, and that's who they're going for. Defending well, Pritchett.
But Dave, you see how much of a threat, pest, whatever you want to call it, Barr is. I mean, he is just pure danger. Whenever he's near the ball, he can cut in, go down the line. There's so many ways he can beat you.
Desolin for DC United's under-19 academy. Can they get the breakthrough here in the second half? It's been an evenly played contest, 1-0. Bayern World Squad was able to break through a great save by Mabray, but second opportunity by Kim, and that's the difference in this game. Crowded midfield. Ignacio is able to stomp it out for Bayern. Papez. Now Pritchett. That's a good-looking ball for Gaynor. Options in the box, but Gaynor unfortunately ran out of real estate. Second half action from Segra Field, home of Loudoun United. And it looks like another sub will come on. Gabe Cosio, who's spent some time with the Peruvian national team system, will get onto the pitch. So Cosio's on. Again, Bayern made a number of subs right at the stroke of halftime. I didn't see. Did you, Bruce, who Cosio came on for?
No, I did not.
And now coming through strongly, Uga in pain as Papez. Again, he's been a defender that we've called his name a lot, Dash Papez.
Dash Papez looks to be a professional player to me. And, that's somebody that I want to keep my eyes on going forward because I think he's got a future here.
A Princeton commit right now. And, of course, Princeton has produced a number of pros.
He may have a Wall Street future as well.
Gary Zhang now for DC United's Under-19 Academy. Again, that's the other part of this wonderful story for DC United's Academy. You're talking about Princeton and Brown and UCLA commits. Those are big-time programs, big-time schools.
I think the beauty is for some of these guys is they have a future in the sport. Maybe you can play the sport as long as you can. You can sign a professional contract, make a little bit of money, right? But still get your degree, right? If you can do that, how good is US? How would
Desolin, that was a nice looking idea to try to link up with Felipe Rodriguez.
Yeah, it's just to me like you weigh everything, right? And if you can get a couple years as a pro, you go back to school, whatever. But get that degree. You're talking about a Princeton degree. That is a life-changing event right there.
Again, that's all part of the academy program here at DC United is players with options. So many options. As we're probably, I would think 20 minutes into the second half. We'll try to keep up with the time for you. Is 1-0. Cosio trying to get onto it. Zhang able to wiggle at it. Played off the ball by Ibarra, but a foul. So free kick for DC United, the Under-19 Academy.
Zhang just got a big, heavy tackle there. Professional tackle.
Papa's at the back. Pritchett now. Looking upfield. Zhang. Suddenly we have gusts of wind here at Loudoun. Bruce Murray's. We try not to blow away in the steamy afternoon. Through ball, Sydney Agre making a run up top.
And also Dave Pritchard out wide left that came on at halftime. He really, really looks good. He looks good on the ball, comfortable. Won his first tackle. It's another player to watch. And again, I'm highlighting defenders, which I don't know why I would do that in the next offensive player, but they look like pros to me.
A foul in DC United. So a free kick coming up for Bayern, the world squad, coached by Roy Mackay, a legend at Bayern Munich and played a Dutch background, played for the Dutch national team. Seems to be Holland's produced a few great players over the years. Yep. All right, at top now, Maldonado making a turn. Maldonado with a right-footed shot. Takes a ricochet, a redirection, a corner kick, or a goal kick. It will be a goal kick coming up. But those deflections often lead to goals.
But that's what we always talk about, especially on the DC United broadcast. Shoot from outside the box because anything can happen. If the shot doesn't go through, it's maybe hit somebody. Get the deflection out. We last year we weren't shooting from outside the box, and this year we seem to be shooting from outside the box. So we'll see what happens, but get the shots outside the box. Deflections happen.
All right, DC United putting the pressure on. Agre getting in there along with Maldonado. Agre trying to come up with it. Wong is able to clear it. Wow. Yeah, we both said wow at the same time, as that was severe pressure.
Severe pressure.
As Anina, the goalkeeper, as Papez will play it back.
But again, there's Papez in battle.
Getting it done.
Just looks the part, man. He looks really good on the ball.
Very much.
The reason I say all this is Akinboni was in this spot a year ago, and now he's a starter at DC United. So I'm saying it because you may see him next year. He just looks that way to me.
Throw-in coming up for Bayern, the world squad, right in front of Roy Mackay, who we just mentioned. Efiana Uga to handle the throw-in. Ibarra, who's got that skill on the wing. Now they're going to play it back. And Christian Rezanina, their goalkeeper from Romania, in the second half. 1-0 it remains. DC United Academy trailing Bayern World Squad with the lead.
You said Romania?
He's from Romania, yes.
Wow.
Yep.
So they really get players from all over the world.
All over the world, without question. So free kick, a throw-in coming up. Cosio, the throw-in from Mazonas, stepping up Uga. Gustavo Tellez plays the ball for Ibarra. This could be trouble. Ibarra, he's a left-footed player. Ibarra, though, played off the ball. Good team defending by DC United. Pritchett gets it wide now. Cosio ahead to Maldonado. Maldonado does a good job of spinning and turning, but Emmanuel. But then Pritchett, the tackle, as Emmanuel is trying to break free. Agre ahead to Mazonas. Agre trying to continue his run. He does. Sidney Agre, sandwich between defenders. Can he get a shot off? Wong is able to do the housekeeping for Bayern's World Squad. It stays 1-0.
And Agre needed to just get his...
Now, Maldonado with that shot. Did it take a deflection? It did. It will be.
And on the original play, Agre, as he got the advantage, he's a big kid, get the arms out and just, get people out of your way, right? And he kind of got pushed into the whole situation, and he got bumped off the ball. There's no way. He'll learn that as he gets better and understanding. He's got to use his body in that situation. Get the arms out. You may be smacking people, do whatever, but that's just the way the game is.
Athletic training staff has to come on as we have an injured Bayern World Squad player. Some players will take advantage of this to get a little hydration, as Felipe Rodriguez and Josh Papez has come to the sideline. Yes, the quest for water continues to be a big quest this afternoon, just as DC United is questing for the equalizing goal.
Well, and again, this is one of those turf fields that's absolutely beautiful in the sense that it's soft and the ball stays on the field. But the problem is it's kind of thick and it creates a lot of heat. And so sometimes you go, it's 85 outside, it's 110 on the turf, and it's definitely hot out on that turf. I mean, we were out there early pre-game.
Somehow our shoes stay on and we're not melted off. Is now the corner kick. Great chance to equalize for DC United's under-19 academy. Getting up for Papez. That is Luis Ibarra, just sends it high into the sky. Agre trying to get onto it, top of the box, battling with Wong. Agre gets a touch, gets a turn, but not a shot. It stays 1-0. Cosio. Zhang looking to link up with Agre. Throw-in coming up for DC United's under-19 academy. The pressure continues. Felipe Rodriguez played off the ball. Cosio trying to put on the moves. Has to put it back to Pritchett.
You wonder if Bayern's running out of gas a little bit because of the weather. I mean, the heat. It just feels that way right now.
They got acclimated with their time in Raleigh, North Carolina. They played in Fort Lauderdale, but they had monsoon conditions there, so they've experienced a little bit of everything. Pritchett getting forward. There's a Lynn now. Over on the left side, Cosio, who's coming in for Reggie Gaynor, played off the ball. Ibarra setting up Pritchett. Zhang is then able to come up with the steal. Stays 1-0. Bayern, the world squad, on top of DC United's under-19 academy. We are in the second half. We'll try to get a time update for you. We're in the second half of play. As we speculate probably. So we think we have about 30 minutes left. Is that correct? About a half hour left. Cosio, left of the box. Cosio, his cross. Far post, not cleared yet. Mazonis trying to get onto Wong. Is able to keep it away from both Rodriguez and Mazonis. Now, trying to execute the counter. The Bayern World Squad. Ibarra's to the left if they can get it to him. They do. DC United's under-19 academy does a good job recovering. Gustavo Tejas will play it wide. Wong getting forward for his left back. Makes the cross. Goes to the 6. Ibarra now in the corner. Ibarra. Emmanuel. Emmanuel gets a return pass. Can he get the shot? Still, Emmanuel gets across. Denied as James Lackey was crashing the 6. As DC United's under-19 academy doing a good job of closing ranks. We'll have a corner kick coming up for the Bayern World Squad. And I think another substitution about to be made. As Mo is seeing the last of his day. As substitution coming on, Ayoto Akanuma. So Akanuma from Japan comes on. How about that? A Japanese player replacing a South Korean player. This really is a collection of world players.
And again, for those that didn't hear it earlier, 30 years ago, I played for the national team. We were in Japan and Korea, and the lateral quickness of the players blew me away. And I knew that at one point, Korea and Japan are going to be a really tough out. Well, guess what? Two of them. They are. Other than the big 3 or 4.
Diobreo's cross is blocked, and Aguilar is able to handle it to keep her in traffic. Aguirre back.
Oh, sorry, Dave. I also say that 30 years ago, the Japanese invested in Brazilian coaches coming to Japan and teaching their coaches how to coach.
Cosio getting forward. Fiona Uga defending well. Cosio not giving up on the play, and the 1v1 continues. Gabe Cosio gets called for the foul. Free kick for the Bayern World Squad. As we continue here in the second half, 1-0. Our score, Kim, the goal scorer, in the first half of play. And just as I mentioned that, I believe he is about to go out. So put in a good shift this afternoon as Sanjay Jerry is coming on. You know where he's from?
No.
The United States.
Well, how about that?
So,
Wonder where.
Sanjay Jerry. Now, there you go again with a trivia question I can't answer. I just know he's from the United States. So, Sanjay Jerry has come on for the Bayern World Squad. Thundered upfield. As Lynn heads it forward, but instead, the Bayern World Squad. The aforementioned Sanjay Jerry into space for Diabreu. Good defending by Papez. Of course, we've been saying that all afternoon. Again, if you're a DC United fans, you've got to be pleased with what you're seeing. A collection of players from around the world going up against DC United's under-19 academy. And we've got a 1-goal game here at Segra Field. So the pace a bit. Gary Zhang. Cosio here on the left side. Cosio. Into space for Zhang. Zhang. Maldonado's wide. Start to queue up in the box, but good defense by Bayern. Pritchett gets involved. Papa is now center circle. He is very much an orchestrator from his defensive position. Ethan Pendleton on the right side. Trying to play it up that right flank, but Long reads it well. Diabreu sprays it wide. James Lackey getting forward. Lackey gets by Papez. Lackey gets a shot off. Aguilar is able to shut him down.
And that's what we were talking about, Lackey. I mean, he just looks like a live wire. The minute he gets a step on you, he's gone.
Corner kick, though, coming up, but Alexander Aguilar coming up big for DC United's under-19 academy.
And Dave, you were saying earlier, just 1-0, and DC United has had 50% of this game. What separates the players from these kids that are going to go on to Bayern Munich and play and whatever? I mean, can we get our kids, all right? Can we get our kids in these positions where they can start out in the academies over there? I just feel like our country has enough good young players that if they had the same type of training, maybe they'd have the same result.
Quarter kick here that needs to be defended. And we have whistles and a foul. It'll be called against, I believe a foul in the box is making sure there's not a head injury.
But if you take an American 8-year-old and you take a Barcelona 8-year-old, they all can do the same things on the ball. What separates them down the road? That's what I'm interested in. And that's why it's so exciting to watch these U19 players, because you're starting to see a little bit of that. But there's not a huge difference, in my opinion.
FC Bayern World Squad getting called for the foul. So a drinks break, a hydration break here at Segra Field. 1-0 the score remains. Langston Fabi about to come on, it appears, for DC United's under-19 academy. He's come on for, I believe, Gabrielis Mazonis.
Yeah, he is.
Yep. So a much-needed drinks break as we look at the second half action. Probably, 25 minutes or so left in this match, and certainly still plenty of time for DC United's under-19 academy to come up with an equalizer. We mentioned this Bayern team played at the soccer tournament at Raleigh, North Carolina last week. They were in Fort Lauderdale. Apparently, you're going to go on a tour of the nation's capital tomorrow. So these kids are having a great experience. And we thank Audi for their participation, their great sponsorship, and their great support, of course, of DC United. As you all know, DC United's home field is Audi Field. At Dave J Sports, at Bruce Murray HOF. If you want to connect with us as we spend our afternoon together, looking at the future of DC United in this DC United under-19 game against the Bayern World Squad.
And the coaching staff here, Dave, is it's been impressive. I think we talked to Patrick about how they run the program and operate the program. He is a heck of a coach, and he's really good with the kids. And I think DC United, in the past, some people say, well, they didn't really invest in the youth game and so forth, made the players pay whatever had to happen back in the day. That's not the case anymore. Every player here plays for free, and everything's taken care of. Whether you have the money, you don't have the money, doesn't matter. It's all taken care of. And so, what he's put in together, the program in the last 3 years, I think DC United's in really good hands for homegrown players like the next Jackson Hopkins, and I think we're starting to see some of that right now today.
Patrick Okama, the academy director, does such a wonderful job, who shared with us that he spends so much time on the phone trying to support his players, help them get college opportunities. And of course, when we showed up here at Segra Field this afternoon, where was he? He was on the telephone. So that's the way it works when you're the academy director at DC United. Ryan Anderson is in charge of this under-19 squad. Again, Roy Mackay, the head coach of the Bayern World Squad. As we hear the huddle from the DC United under-19 academy, they're saying, finish this thing, man. Well, they've got a chance to at least pull out. This is an even game. Pull out an equalizer. This game separated just by the one lone goal in the first half by Kim. But some valuable instruction as you're looking on the field at both coaches are taking this time. And you see, maybe if you can see in the white jerseys, the Bayern World Squad, microphone cameras in there. They are documentary film documenting this whole experience.
Again, this is not branding or coming over to America because we want to sell jerseys to you guys. The Bayern Munich wants to find the next 5 players around the world for reduced amounts of money, because the amount of money these players are on now is incredible. So United, hopefully today, I guarantee you the Bayern guys are saying, wait a sec, there's 1 or 2 of those fullbacks we like for United, and that may lead to something go down the road.
It's a great shop window, this game. And of course, for anyone watching around the world, a big hello is the great experience of YouTube. You can watch on your phone, anywhere you could be watching this afternoon. Again, you're looking at the home of Loudoun United, the USL Championship. One time it was DC United's top reserve team. That's changed. Loudoun United's an independent club in the USL Championship, although they still share a good relationship with DC United. In fact, they share a training facility as well. DC United in the dark jerseys, Bayern, the World Squad, in the white. 1-0 is our score as we go on here in the second half. DC United making some substitutions at halftime. We've seen Sidney Agri make some inventive runs up top to try to produce a breakthrough. As advertised, orchestrating that midfield, Nino Maldonado. Now, Pendleton will serve it. Looking for Langston Faubier in the top. Uga under pressure. Bayern defender. Now, Bayern caught in a cul-de-sac of defense provided by DC United. Finally at the back, Ignacio is able to sweep it away. Looking for Lackey up top. Cosio trying to get onto it. He does. Back to Ethan Pendleton, and DC United enjoys possession. And Papez is that rock-solid central defender. Throw-in coming up for the Bayern World Squad. Just notice number 22 is on the field for DC United, but do not know if we have a 22, so we'll have to get a confirmation of his name so we can celebrate his afternoon. Ethan Pendleton now getting up from the right side. Cosio. Felipe Rodriguez. Back to Pendleton, gets a cross off. I believe that took a deflection. It should be it'll be a goal kick. And a goal kick coming up for the Bayern World Squad.
Yeah, I just went a little bit long on him, Pendleton, but he's had a great shift, up and down winger. He can handle himself defensively. He can get forward. That's the thing. I mean, you're looking for a guy now who can do both jobs, right? Especially in college soccer. And, UCLA is lucky to have him, and he's going to be a great addition to the Bruins.
UCLA Bruins is now goal kick. Christian Rezanina. The Bayern World Squad. Papa's trying to get up and win that header. And boy, he's also so strong in aerial duels. Again, Papa is a Princeton commit for DC United's under-19 academy.
I mean, I think they have quite a few, right? 2 or 3.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing, I mean, I know this because I try and help kids sometimes get into college. Princeton is the hardest school in the country to get into. I mean, it's not.
But it has
close.
Yeah, a very good soccer program.
Yeah, great. The guy Jim Barlow's been there a long time. He's created a great program.
So a corner kick coming up here for DC United, the under-19 academy. Maldonado on the ball. What's his best option? Maldonado now sitting in. Papez comes up, tries to get a boot on it. Now from distance, Desalin, but deflected off his own player. Not done. DC United keeps